This screencast is going to show you how to find books through the Rhone State Library. Now, for fall 2020, please note that the library is not checking out print books. So our physical copies of hardback books are not being checked out during fall 2020. But the good news is that most of our books are electronic. We have a lot more ebooks than print books, and those are still available to use. You can access the library ebooks online from anywhere on any computer device at any time. Before I show you how to find and open ebooks, I want to say a few words about the different search tools that the library has. This is the library homepage, library.rhonestate.edu, and right here on this page, we have a search bar called OneSearch. That's this big gray simple search bar. OneSearch isn't a database, it's a search engine. It enables you to search multiple databases at one time. Instead of having to open and search in different databases individually, you can search multiple ones at once using OneSearch. So it can be really convenient. It can also have some technical difficulties, and there are times when OneSearch really isn't the best way to go. But when you're searching specifically for books, it does work well. Now, as far as search terms go, you can try whatever search terms you want. There's no one perfect way to search. So you can try anything, but I highly recommend that you keep your search terms pretty broad, especially when you're first getting started with your research, and especially when you're looking for a book. So let's think about it like this. Pretend that I'm writing a Comp 1 paper, and I'm researching the best way to deal with the problem of stray cats in Knoxville, Tennessee. Okay, just an example. So if I search for how to deal with stray cats in Knoxville, Tennessee, if I search for that in OneSearch, let's see what we get. We get only 10 results, so not that many. And if you look over the title of these results here, they really aren't that relevant. Now, these are articles. If we look over here on the right-hand side, we can limit our search result types by resource type, but there are only 2 results for book chapters. So there's a chapter within a couple of books that somehow matches my search term. But when you look at those 2 book chapters, again, you look at the title and you realize these are not really going to be relevant. They must have some of my search terms in them somewhere. That's why they show up. OneSearch is really trying hard to find something for me. But glancing just quickly at the titles, it's easy to see these 2 books are not actually relevant if I was writing a Comp 1 paper on this topic. So what you want to do is only enter a few keywords, not a whole question. So you could try just stray cats in Knoxville, Tennessee. We get a few more results this way. I mean, we get 56. But again, we get a lot of articles, and they don't really look relevant, just judging by the title. And then if we limit to book chapters now, we see that they're still not relevant. Again, these book chapters must have the words stray cats or Knoxville in them somewhere, and that's why they show up, but they're not really relevant to this topic. So we got to try again. That topic is actually really quite specific when you think about it. Stray cats in Knoxville, Tennessee specifically. There's probably not a whole book written on that topic. So what you can do is think about what is your topic really about, the main idea. The main idea in this case, I think we could boil it down to just stray cats. It's a problem. How do we deal with it? But first, let's just find information on this topic very broadly. So we get over 21,000 results now. And again, a lot of these right off the bat are going to be articles. But what I recommend you do with OneSearch is after you've done a broad search for your main topic, limit the result types to just books or book chapters. You could do both. if you wanted to check both those boxes, but I usually just try books. And when we search for that, aha, we get some things that right off the bat I think may be more relevant. Obviously, there are some things that still aren't going to work for this topic. You know, you've always got to look at the results on a case-by-case basis and decide if they're relevant to you. But it looks like some of these would probably work. So I'm just going to click on the very first title, Free-Ranging Cats, Behavior Ecology Management. I click on that title to learn more about this book. This is an ebook that you can access online. It says access online, and then there's this section here, online access. So you can just simply click this link, and that will take you into the database that has this ebook. I'm already logged in, so it took me straight into the database. The first time you're working on your research, when you click a link like that to open a database, you'll be asked to sign in with your own state credentials. But since I had already done that, it took me straight into the eBook Central database, and I could then read this book. It's true that this book, doesn't mention Knoxville, Tennessee specifically, but again, if we're just thinking about our main topic, the problem of stray cats or free-ranging cats and how to deal with that issue, this book is still going to give us some good information. When it comes to Knoxville specifically, we're probably going to have better luck finding newspaper articles on this topic rather than an entire book about stray cats in Knoxville. Now we could search within this book for a really specific term. So if you were thinking about, spreading disease as a problem related to feral cats, you could search for disease. And then you could jump straight to the pages that have that word. So you don't necessarily have to read the whole book. You can search for what's going to be most relevant to you. You can also skim the table of contents. And then if you decided you wanted to use this book, there is a way to get the citation for it. There it is. All of the different databases look a little bit differently, and they have slightly different interfaces, but they all have a way for you to get the citation, whether it's up here at the top or sometimes it's on the left side of the screen. But if you look around for it, you'll find a tool that will generate an MLA citation for you. Or if for some reason you need a different format, you can switch to that. But assuming you need MLA, you would just copy and paste this into your paper. Now, I recommend that you double check the formatting. Make sure that it's double spaced and indented and all that kind of stuff. But at least this way, you know that you've got the author name, the title, the URL, all those different pieces of information that you need are right there for you. So again, that was just opening one ebook. If we scroll through and found another ebook that we were interested in, you do the same thing. You click the title. As long as it says online access, that means you can just read it on your computer. You click the online access link. And this is this is taking me into a different database than the one we were just looking at. So I haven't signed into this before, so it does ask for my credentials, so I enter those. And then it takes me into this particular ebook database and the book, The Welfare of Cats. And I could open the full text of this book. And again, I could skim it, jump around through the table of contents, maybe I'm thinking, okay, chapter 5, or no, even better, chapter 6, the welfare of feral cats. That would be, probably more relevant if I was writing about how to deal with stray cats. Right off the bat, it looks like, there's probably some good material here that I could quote or paraphrase. And again, this is a different ebook database that we've gone into, but it still has that citation tool with the MLA citation generated for you. All right. So if you have any questions about ebooks, using OneSearch, coming up with search terms, anything like that, or if you run into a problem where you try to log in and it won't let you, anything at all like that to do with research or the library, please contact us. You can call, text, email, or use our online chat.